everybody, what is up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave today. Today I'm going to be doing 3 beautiful springtime makeup looks. All of them are going to be easy. I completed these each within under 30 minutes. I want to serve you guys with something that's a little bit more natural for your everyday person, something that's a little bit more colorful for somebody who's comfortable putting on colorful looks, and then something that's right in between both, where if you are just learning how to play in color, it's not going to be too crazy and outside of the box and outside of a comfort zone for you to complete. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. We're gonna dive into a couple of different palettes, but the first palette that I'm gonna take today is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Volume 2 palette. I've been loving this recently. I literally am so obsessed with this palette. I think it has all the perfect shades in here to create a really wide variety of different looks. And yeah, so I actually did this look the other day on my TikTok, and it was a little bit more short, simple, sweet, to the point. I posted a couple flicks of it on my Instagram. However, I wanted to get on here and show you guys exactly how I did it. So I am going to zoom you guys into the eyes, and we're just gonna get right into it. Now, some of you guys may be thinking, like, a yellow makeup look, like how freaking crazy can that be? How hard could that be? Well, for people that are just starting on makeup, a yellow makeup look may be a little bit like, ooh, that seems like a lot of color. I don't want to work with that. Especially a yellow, no joke. She is no joke, okay? She's bright. She's pigmented. But I'm going to show you guys a really good... Where's my hair straightener? Love that. I'm going to show you guys a really easy makeup look with just 3 shades. So it's just going to be with one color all over the base, one color in the crease, and one color all over the lid. And it's going to be bomb. I love how this makeup look turned out. I actually did it on Easter, and I just really wanted to show you guys it. So the first color we're going to be dipping into is No Joke. This is going to be our base color, and we're going to put this all over the lid. And I'm taking this in a Farah brush, 35E Farah brush. So it's just a really fluffy blending brush here. I picked up a lot of that color. Just if you're new to makeup, don't pick up as much color as I did, because although yellows are easier to work with, if you're doing any other color, you don't want to make the mistake and put too much at once, especially if you're using it as your base. Because I've already done this look before, I'm more comfortable with picking up that much, but you can always tap off the excess if need be. And it doesn't fall out too much, so I'm not worried about fallout. I'm gonna actually get a closer up mirror because that one's a little bit too far away. And we're just gonna zoom you guys in. And I'm just gonna pat this all over my lid to start before I blend. And this shadow brush is actually perfect because it covers the whole lid in just a couple of pats. As you can see, this color is super pigmented. Such a beautiful yellow shade. I'm just gonna pack it on. I'm not doing any crazy motions. I'm literally just taking the color and patting it directly onto my lid. Just building up as much pigment as I can. Obviously, it's already a very pigmented yellow shade. If you don't have a P. Louise base or anything like that, concealer works just fine. I don't have P. Louise bases, or Beauty Creations or whatever the new thing is these days. So I just use concealer and it works great for me. But if you really want this color to pop, I highly suggest going out and making that purchase to get a P. Louise base, eyeshadow base, or a Beauty Creations eyeshadow base. Both work beautifully, as I've seen all over TikTok recently. I've never actually tried them myself, but the outcome, I'm like, girl, I had to go buy that. I just don't have an Ulta nearby, and I don't like to really online shop for makeup because it comes in, I don't like paying shipping. I'd rather just drive, put money in my gas tank, than pay shipping. I don't know why. Just always been that way. the closest Ulta to me is like literally an hour, and I'm not driving that far just to go get some makeup. So we make do with what we got. Now, if anybody knows of some vibrant pigmented bases that are like the Beauty Creations one or the P. Louise one that's in a drugstore, please let me know, because I haven't run across any yet. But if you find one like Walgreens or CVS or Walmart or Target even, let a girl know, because I will definitely go pick it up and try it out on this channel for you guys. I'm literally sweating so bad, and I can't even plug in my AC because I have to have the ring light on. It's been so hot in my house lately, and I just don't even understand why. And we don't have central AC, so I have to plug in this AC that's right behind me, and it's gonna be too loud. You guys won't be able to hear me. It'll just be this annoying fan running behind me, so I just have to deal with the heat. And most of the heat is literally coming off this ring light. Pigmented. So next I'm taking my Morphe M433. I got this in the James Charles collection, but of course you can buy the brush separately if you'd like. And this is just a nice denser brush, still fluffy and blendable. It's just more precise about where you're going to put it versus a brush like this, which is going to disperse everything all over the place. So I'm going to actually take this shade G Money, which is for her dog Georgie. I thought that was so cute. I'm gonna take this shade right here. It's a very pukey brown shade, and I know that sounds like really gross to say it like that, but it is a very pukey brown shade. It has a very like warm undertone and base in it. We're not gonna use too much of this, so you can actually pat off that excess, because that is a lot of excess. And we're gonna put this right in our crease just to deepen up just a little bit. You want that sunflower vibe on the eye. Gosh, this look is so gorgeous. This is literally one of my, I think this is honestly one of my all-time favorite makeup looks to do now. I literally did it one time. I was like, oh yeah, we're doing that for YouTube. TikTok, you're not the only one that needs to see it. I'm gonna show everybody. So I figured I would go in more detail with how I do the look. And I'm just taking this directly into that outer V and just gently blending it in circular motions towards about the middle of my eye, like where my lid meets my cupid. My cupid, what? Where my lid meets my pupil. Like you can line up your brush with your pupil, and that's about where you want to stop at. And you want to keep this in a very rounded motion. You don't want it to be too blown out and smoky. We don't want to go smoky with this. We want to keep it very light, simple, and like tight. So now I'm just gonna pat off all that excess and whatever is just left on the brush after patting off the extra. We're just gonna blend out that harshness around the edge into the yellow. I'm gonna take this brush again. I'm just gonna use whatever's on it. I'm not gonna add any extra, and we're just gonna blend that up towards the brow some. I don't do my brows very often. I'm sure you guys can tell. I have a lot of brow hairs down here that I just try to conceal as much as possible, and it's not very practical, but your girl does not like to do her brows too often because I have really, really thin, light brows. My brows are blonde because I'm naturally blonde, so it makes it difficult to see them. And when I'm not doing my makeup, I want people to still see that I have brows, so I don't like to do my brows or like get rid of them and shape them up and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and go back in with G Money and just finish this eye up real quick. All right guys, so once you have both eyes complete there, we're gonna go ahead and take Talia, which is this beautiful gold shade all over the lid. And I'm taking this on a Morphe M124. It's such a buttery, creamy gold shade. I love how this blends out. It's super buildable. So you don't have to worry about like a sheer coverage. It's very, very buildable. So you can make it sheer if you want, but you can also really build it up and have that nice gold glow. And you don't have to add any crazy glitters or anything, which is really nice because it's so pretty on its own. Like this is definitely a shade I would wear all over the lid just by itself if I was doing something really simple and light and not wanting to do all this extra blending. And we're just cutting out a crease with the shade versus going with concealer, just so we can keep that vibrant, bright yellow base underneath. Now, if you have one of those P. Louise bases or the Beauty Creation base, then you can definitely put that and cut your crease with that and then layer this on top, and that would be gorgeous as well. But I just love this shade on its own. I really don't feel like it needs that extra oomph underneath, especially if you've already got this yellow sunflower moment going on. So once you have that completely all over your lid, you're gonna go ahead and take the same Morphe M433 or brush similar to this one. It does not have to be Morphe, and dip just one little dip back into G Money. And we're just gonna blend out any harshness of that glitter shade right here so that it blends into that outer V seamlessly. Again, one little divot, G Money, just gently tap that, blend that into Talia. All right, you guys, so that really completes the eye. I mean, like that's just like the top half of your eye done. The bottom, we just smoke out a little bit of G Money and a little bit of, what is that, No Joke. And it comes together really nicely. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on a pair of lashes and I will be right back. Okay guys, that completes this look using the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette with Morphe. And again, that was only 3 shades. Like, how easy, right? So all girls and guys out there who are just learning how to play in more colorful makeup looks, this is the perfect look for you guys. So you're not too out of your comfort zone when it comes to more neutrals and warm tones. And you're also not going head over heels deep into the purples and the blues and the greens yet. So you've got this beautiful sunflower, sunshine yellow color that's perfect for spring and summer, hot girl summer, hot guy summer, whatever you want to have this summer. Have a good time, and I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look, this little easy, quick makeup look. It's definitely going to be one of my go-to favorites from now on because I absolutely love how this looks on me. I'm absolutely obsessed with it, and being a mom of an 18-month-old, and I'm actually due with a second baby this June, 31 weeks. So yeah, it just is very easy for me to throw on real quick, and I don't have to think too much about it because it's only 3 eyeshadows and it's very simple to do. So whether you are the least skilled makeup artist or the most skilled makeup artist, you could do this in a matter of 30 minutes tops. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let's get into the other one. Okay guys, we're back with a fresh new base. It took me about 30 minutes to put on just because I've been watching The Voice and I get easily distracted, but fresh new base on, and we're going to be going into a more colorful look now. And this is going to be for my guys and gals out there that really are comfortable with color and just want to go full dive in. And even if you're not, you know, comfortable with color yet, this will still be a relatively easy look for you to complete. And so yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I try to keep these looks as minimal and easy to do as possible. So first we're going to be going in with a Morphe M441 brush, and I know Jeffrey's a really controversial person, but I'm not going to waste a good palette. So yeah, just if you don't like that, I'm sorry, maybe this isn't the channel for you. Anyways, I'm going to dip into the shade right here, I'm Cold, from his Blue Blood palette. And of course, you can use any blue shade from any palette. It does not have to be this palette, but this is the only shade that I have that is like what I need for a good base. So we're gonna go ahead and dip into I'm Cold, and I'm gonna blend this out in like a rounded shape because we are doing a halo eye. I don't want it to get too smoky. I want it to stay nice and tight. We're just gonna blend this starting right there and creating that shape following our eye. Our eyeball, our eye, our lid, you get what I mean. And if you're worried about fallout, definitely do this before your base. I typically do my eyeshadow before my base, but because I want the full look to be complete for you guys to see everything, I'm trying it this way. But I've noticed that these shades don't really fall out too much, so I'm not too concerned with my look getting messed up. So I'm just gonna blend her out. Windshield wiper motion. Keeping her low. We're blending her slow because you don't want to go too crazy with it all at once. Blue, you put too much blue and you look like you have a black eye. So once you go there, it's no going back, you know? You want to make sure you keep it low and slow. All right, so once you have that base on there, you can go ahead and go in with a more thinner brush. It's something more like the M433. This is actually the M456, and it's just a little bit thinner and like bulkier, like rounder than the M433 is. The M433 has more of like a pinch in the middle that spreads it out like a fan almost, but this one is more like a dense version of the M433. And I'm gonna go in to the shade right here from my Jaclyn Hill Morphe Volume 1 palette. It's the shade Jada, which is this beautiful shade right here. And we're just gonna deepen up our crease. And I'm just packing that low as I can. Whew, I'm out of breath right now because I'm like, blue stressed me out. And I just had to go get my daughter a bottle so she would go back to sleep. So I hope you guys can see this okay. I'm keeping this lower than I'm cold, but I am putting in the same spots that I put I am cold in, so it keeps that general rounded moon shape versus smoky. We don't want smoky. We don't want almond shaped eyes. We want a round halo glowy eye because we want that pop in the center. That's gonna be so beautiful in the end. And I'm not like doing like windshield wiper motions. I'm not dragging my brush at all. I'm literally just patting that color around. Just pat, pat, pat all around. And it'll slowly move to the spots that you need it to move. Because again, you want to blend low and slow. Otherwise this can get very crazy very quickly. I'm gonna go back in with that first brush and dip into just a little bit more. I'm cold and trying to blend this out just a little bit. If you notice any fallout, just hurry up and take a brush. Hair fluffy one, and just brush it away really quickly. You can also do a little bit of baking powder under the eyes. Baking powder, well, technically you bake with loose powder. A little bit of setting powder under the eyes and it'll catch any of that fallout. So you don't have to worry about a potential blue or purple or even a black hue if you were doing a smoky eye or smokier eye or anything with darker shades if you've already done your base. So this is what you should have so far. A nice blended halo effect is starting to appear. We're gonna go ahead and go in with some concealer and cut our crease here before we start going in with our glitters. I'm gonna be using this Morphe concealer. I am in the shade, I'm using the shade C1.35 to cut my crease because it's the lightest shade of concealer I have. And I'm going in with the Morphe M224 to cut that crease. Honestly, I'm just gonna go just like that. I do not recommend doing this than what I just did unless you're comfortable with cut creases and halo eyes. So basically what I do with my halo eye, most people don't do, I like to start in the center and slowly bring it all over that lid. But I don't like to go too far in or too far out. I like to keep about like that much right there, clear of concealer. So this is where you're gonna start rounding it upwards. Same with the end, you keep about that much space cleared and round it upwards. Basically creating a little half circle on your eye, the halo eye effect. All right, you guys, once you have that going on right there, we're gonna go ahead and take a more defined detail brush. This one is a JH39 from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collection. And looks like it has some on here, so we're just gonna get rid of that real quick. I'm gonna go back in with Jada, and we're just going to go around that edge, just slightly tapping that around the edge of your halo eye. This is gonna give it more a blended appearance. When we add the glitter, it's not gonna be so harsh. This. It's all about slowly building up. You don't want to do anything too quickly when you're working for a halo eye, just because, again, keep reiterating this, but it can go down south very quickly if you don't take your time. Even the most skilled makeup artists have their days where if they're in a rush, it goes to shit. So just take your time. I'm gonna go back in with that M456, just with whatever products on there. You can honestly tap it off if you like. And we're just gonna buff this out just very gently so it's not so harsh. Try our best to keep this in a good medium between low and high, because if we go too low now that we have our halo eye there, we'll mess up that concealer. If we go too high, it'll get really messy and really smoky really quickly. So just find a good medium space and just blend those edges out. And I know I mentioned earlier that I gave her a bottle. It's a sippy cup, not a bottle. Just so nobody tries to clock me and says my daughter's gonna get bottle rot. I brush her teeth morning and night. So try again, sister. I think sometimes even after certain meals, like if it's really sugary, or she just had a sugary snack, I do brush her teeth after that as well. Just because I don't want to chance her ratty on her teeth at this age. I am just blending out that outer edge of it because it was a little harsh. With the M441 with some M Cold. Just to get rid of some of that harshness. With halo eyes, it's really all about the blending and taking your time. So if you are a mom, this one might be a bit more difficult for you to achieve when you have children running around and mommy, 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 mommy. So just keep that in mind. This might be one that you have to do, drop your kids off at your sister's house or your mom's house, get a sitter if you're going out on the town. It's COVID, so be safe. But if you're having a night out with friends or just even want to look pretty for the night, make sure somebody else can keep your kids occupied while you're doing this look, because one little fuck up and it's all over. All right, so I'm very happy with how the blending looks right now. So we're gonna go ahead and shut these two palettes because we don't need them anymore. And I'm gonna go in with, ooh, baby just kicked. I think he kicked my stomach because I just had something to touch. So I'm gonna go in with the JH42, which is this cute little brush right here. I usually use this for brow highlight and such, but I'm actually going to be using it today to do some glitter. This is the Profusion Cosmetics Aqua Gems Glitter Palette. This brand is absolutely stunning. As you can see, all these shades are absolutely beautiful, but I'm gonna be going in with this one right here today. I'm gonna put that all over our center pop right there. Oh, bitch. She's so gorgeous. Wow, that's fucking good. All right, you guys, so that completes the top half of my makeup look. I'm gonna go ahead and take this little definer brush right here, and then that is the JH39 and the Morphe M456, and I'm gonna go in with Jada and just smoke that on the lower lash line, add some lashes, and I will be right back. All right, guys, that completes this beautiful blue halo eye. It's perfect for a night out on the town in the spring or the summer, and I just absolutely love how this turned out. I mean, I'd wear this to the grocery store if I'm just being honest, but that's just me, you know. But anyways, yeah, that completes this look, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it was simple and easy, just like the first one. It was only 3 colors once again, so that's all it really takes to create a beautiful 5-star makeup look. Okay, you don't have to do like 10 different colors to blend out and make it beautiful. It really only takes 2 to 3 shades to make the perfect look. So I hope that these are being done quickly for you guys, and also easy and comprehensible, and that you guys can recreate these at home. So yeah, that completes this look right here, and I will be right back in a flash with the last look. All right, you guys, so base is on. Let's zoom in and get to these eyes. This look is going to be more of an everyday wearable for the more natural kind of girl, but maybe with a tint of purples in it, because I really wanted to do something purpley for spring. So I'm going to be going in with the Lime Crime Venus 3 palette right here to kind of give that more purpley undertone, but it's still going to be a very natural, everyday sort of look. So I'm going to be using 4 colors from this palette. I'm going to be using this shade Rapture, Dreamy, Ecstasy, and I haven't decided if I'm going to use Beam or Heavenly yet. Probably Heavenly because it's more of like a natural look, everyday sort of deal. But I really like living for Beam, so we might use her. I don't know. But I'm not decided. So I'm going to go in with the Morphe M441 brush. I'm going to dip into that shade, that first shade I showed you guys, Rapture. It's a very light shade, lots of fallout, so just keep that in mind with this palette. Tap off any excess, and we're just gonna blend this all over the lid. Just like this. This actually has a mirror in it, so I can actually use a mirror. And these have very pinky undertones in them, but it's still a nice, like, everyday wearable look that we're going for. So I want it to be more on the nude side, but it can have those pinky undertones to it. Just like if you wanted to do more of a warm undertone, you could definitely do that as well. Such a beautiful shade, just a nice wash of color. It really allows you to be able to blend other shades out as well. And I know with the last look, it was more like tight knit, like you have to keep it really tight. But this look, you can definitely be a little bit more messy with it because it is more on the natural side. So these colors aren't as intense as a blue or green or even a dark purple shade would be. All right, next I'm gonna take the Morphe JH32 and I'm gonna dip into the shade Dreamy, which is that more mauve pinky shade. Are you okay, sweetie? Yeah. My daughter just came in the room. All right, so I'm gonna go in again with the JH32 with the shade Dreamy. And we're just gonna blend that a little bit lower, more so in that crease, just to build up some depth. For this look, I wanted to go more on the pinky side of things and like lavenders because it is still more of a springtime makeup look. And this is still for that more natural everyday girl that doesn't want to go too like far out into the wild with their colors, whether it be a bright yellow or a bright blue or whatever the case may be. This still keeps it nice and natural and like more on the nude side without being too crazy in tones. Can't really say natural, but it's for my more natural girls and guys that don't want to go too crazy with color. Just gives you a very, very light pop. Because even that yellow is still more centered towards people that want to do more of a bam in your face kind of look, you know? So this one will still keep it nice and like mauve and nude and just really pretty and light. Airy, fresh, if you will. I'm taking the M456 and I'm gonna dip into the shade Ecstasy, which is that deeper shade up here. It's actually on the bottom of the palette, but I'm holding it upside down because of the mirror. And we're just gonna take this directly into the outer V, just to deepen that up a bit. Can Mommy her car keys, please? Riley. Trying to kind of round that off on the outside so it's not super duper smoky, because again, if you're more of a natural girl or just like a neutral girl, you don't want smoky all over the place, you know? Most natural guys and girls that want like more of a simple makeup look don't want super smoky. So we do want to keep it a little bit cleaner, but don't be afraid to get messy with it. Don't be afraid to have fun with it. Makeup is supposed to be fun. But this one's gonna be more of a flirty, natural girl. I'm just taking any excess and I'm kind of pulling that forward a little bit, but not grabbing any extra, just taking whatever is left on my brush and just helping move around some of that product just to keep it deep. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of Dreamy, just blend out any harshness. And just a little bit more of Rapture. Just to make sure everything is like super seamless, because we don't want any harsh lines. So once you have your base shades laid down and blended out. You can honestly just add a matte cut crease and leave it at that. If you're not into sparkles, you just want like a matte eye, you could definitely do that and it would look absolutely stunning. But I am gonna go ahead and go in with one of these two shades right here. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna do Heavenly or if I'm gonna do Pina. So I'm gonna taking my Morphe 124. And I feel like the everyday guy or girl is gonna go more for Heavenly because it's more of a gold shimmer shade than this beam color right here, which is honestly like a topper, and it's really a beautiful color. So if you want to go with either one, that's fine, but I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Heavenly just because I feel like it's gonna complement this eye really nicely and keep it nice and neutral. And no concealer to cut the crease. I don't think it's necessary here. I'm just gonna take this and start laying it across. Because Heavenly still has a nice, beautiful pink undertone to it, so it'll complement this look very well. It's like a pinky champagne. Very pretty. That pretty much completes our top half of our eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the lashes off camera, and I'm gonna take Dreamy and Ecstasy and blend those out on my lower lash line. I'll be right back. All right, everybody, so that completes the third and final look using the Venus 3 palette. This look turned out absolutely stunning. I'm obsessed with it. The lipstick that I'm wearing is Mama from the new Jaclyn Hill collection, lip collection launch, whatever, and I topped it off with this Becca Cosmetics gloss from the Barbie Ferrari collection, and it's in the shade Foiled. It's such a beautiful color. It matches perfectly with this lip, and I just wanted a glossy lip for this look because I felt like it would really fit in, and I think it looks stunning. Okay, everybody, that completes all three of those beautiful, easy springtime makeup looks. I really hope you guys enjoyed the variety of colors that I chose and that these were simple for you to recreate. If you want to tag me in your recreations on Instagram, my Instagram is sia.beauty. That is beauty with 4 Y's on the end. Go ahead and give me a follow over there as well, as I'm constantly updating on when I'm going to be posting a new video or a new TikTok or whatever. And I also do regular TikTok uploads for mini makeup looks and just fun little vlog lifestyle TikToks as well. And my TikTok is the same as my Instagram, which is again sia.beauty with 4 Y's. So yeah, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below on what you'd like to see in the future, and I will see you guys in my next video.